Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In this video, we're going to look at the 15-game slate for MLB tonight. NBA cashed yesterday, but looking to get back on track with baseball. The last 2 days, we have not cashed after we were on a roll, but it's just the ups and downs of DFS that you can get every once in a while. But definitely looking at this work week off on a strong note. We got another massive slate all this week. We've had huge slates, which is nice, but 15 games can definitely be a little bit overwhelming. But let's get right into it. Please be sure to drop a like and make sure to subscribe to this channel as well. Pitching is kind of weird in that we have a couple aces. We have the aces squaring off against each other, and the matchups are not great for Garrett Cole and Chris Sale. So I think I'm just going to fade both of them, go with a little bit cheaper, and go with Mike FOLTYNEWICZ at 8,400. I think it's a really solid price tag on him. He's been very consistent this whole season. He's been great at home and on the road. His home numbers are inflated because of that one game against the Giants where he gave up 6 earned runs. But other than that, all of this season, he's only given up less than 3 earned runs in every single start except for that one. Actually, less than 2 earned runs in every single start except for the Giants game on the May 4th. Very consistent, has a great strikeout rate. He has 69 strikeouts in 60 innings. And that's fared pretty well against this Nationals team. Faced them early in the season. Where he put up 26 and then gave up 9 back-to-back starts. But now he's a little bit settled in. He's been pitching great this year. Probably the best pitcher on the Braves. And I think it's going to continue tonight. Just have great upside for a guy that's just at 8,400. Second pitcher, I'm going to go Chase Anderson at 6,500. Anderson was a great pitcher last season. I played him a lot. This season's been a different story. This is my first time playing him, but I think it's a good matchup for him. Still has some upside. A couple games this year he's gone over 20, but other than that, it's been a lot of, in the single digits and teens. But a lot of that has to do with pitching in Miller Park, where he has been absolutely lit up this season. ERA is over 6 at home. Batting average against is over 240. WHIP is over 1.4. Giving up 21 earned runs, 11 home runs at home. But on the road, it's been a different story. This White Sox team does not score a lot of runs. They score about 3.7 runs on the road, which is in the bottom 5 in baseball. And they strike out a little bit. Anderson doesn't have a great strikeout rate, but at 6,500, we don't need him to strike out a ton. If he can get 4 or 5 strikeouts, I'll take it. And perhaps they get the win here against Santiago, who's just been horrible this season. So another 4 points, hopefully. And I think he'll be able to hit value at 6,500. I get on to some of these bats. It's kind of interesting to see what the Dodgers do right now. I'm just going to be fading them because I'm not sure. It's not going to be Alex Wood, even though that's who they have right now. It says his start's been pushed back to Sunday. They do start Santana, who they have on Fantasy Labs as a projected starter. I might just fade the Rockies because he's been amazing this year. His strikeout rate is great, and we know these Rockies strike out a lot. So I might be fading the Rockies, of course, depending on what the Dodgers do. But on the bats, I love the Brewers. I love the Yankees against Cashner. Starting off at first base, let's go Jesus Aguilar at 4,300. He's been amazing this year. 307 batting average, 9 home runs. Even though he hasn't even played full-time, he's been getting a lot more playing time since Thames has gone out. And he's been great on the road. He's even better with his 328 average and a 657 slugging. Great matchup against Hector Santiago, who has given up a lot of home runs this year and also has struggled against right-handed bats, and the Brewers are loaded with righties. So I like a Brew Crew stack today, starting with Aguilar, who's just been amazing. Second batter, I'm going to give you Matt Carpenter. Now, Carpenter is just locked in at the plate. And MLB, you go into stretches, players go into stretches where they're just locked in for multiple weeks at a time, and Matt Carpenter is in one of those stretches. And it's hard to not play him at just 3,900. If he was priced up, I get it, but he's batting leadoff for the Cardinals now. Gets a good matchup against Tyon, who hasn't been great this year. And he's just been on fire. I mean, every single game he's getting you something. Last 10, he has 4 home runs in his last 10 games, even though he just had 3 in the first, month and a half. And he just locked in 341 during that stretch, 707 slugging. Good matchup, also plays pretty well at home, and has always been a great hitter against righties. So Carpenter at 3,900, leading off for the Cardinals. I think he's a fine play once again until the price rises north of 4,500. Now, I mentioned the Yankees. Let's start off the outfield with Aaron Judge at 5,600. Now, if I'm not stacking the Yankees, it's pretty simple how I decide to play Aaron Judge or Giancarlo Stanton. Aaron Judge, you play against right-handed pitching. Giancarlo Stanton, you play against left-handed pitching. Judge against righties is absolutely dominant. 329 batting average with a 664 slugging percentage. Against lefties, he's just hitting a measly 192 with a 365 slugging percentage. And the complete opposite is true for Stanton. Stanton crushes lefties and really struggles against righties. So we got a righty on the mound in Cashner. When I play Judge, who's been excellent this year. Even though his numbers are bad on the road, it's a great hitter ballpark in Camden Yards. Another great home run park. Not that different than Yankee Stadium. And he's just locked in at the plate. 306 in his last 10 with a 694 slugging. So that's 4 home runs during that stretch. So I love Judge. And then last outfield, it's going to be Lorenzo CAIN at 4,400. CAIN has been excellent this year for the Brewers. His new team coming from the Royals last year. Against lefties, he's been dominant. Batting 400 against left-handed pitching this year with a 667 slugging percentage. He has shown a lot of power this year, which is great. 6 home runs already on the season. Has numbers that are a little bit better on the road. And like I mentioned, another guy that's just locked in at the plate with hitting over 320 in his last 10 games. So I think he's a great play today against Santiago. I think the Brewers' ownership should be a little lower as everyone's going to go to Coors as usual, but I'm not really sure about Coors today. Dodgers' offense is just horrible, and depends on what the Dodgers do with the pitching, so we'll see. But there you have it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and good luck today.